shallow stimulation. That scene really makes you think.
It does. It makes you wonder how easily we can get sucked into those artificial worlds and lose sight of what's real, what's genuinely important.
Exactly. Like, at what point do we stop feeling our own pain, our own emotions, because we're so busy numbing ourselves with all this artificial stuff?
As we move through the excerpts, we see a noticeable shift.
Welcome to Witter. Who Has Time to Read? The podcast that brings deep dives for busy minds. Listen to AI hosts Jane and Dane and get ready to unpack the world's most captivating books in just a fraction of the time. Whether commuting, working out, or just squeezing in a quick break, we deliver key insights, thought-provoking themes, and takeaways you can carry into your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Plus, use our links in the description to purchase this book. Your support helps us bring more engaging book discussions to you. Listen and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Who has time to read? You do, with Witter.
Welcome back to Witter, the show that gives you deep dives for busy minds.
That's us, your shortcut to really getting those books everyone's talking about.
And today, we're tackling a classic, one that just keeps sparking conversation. Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451.
Based on, of course, the fascinating excerpts you all sent in. Great choices, by the way.
Our mission, as always, is to break this book wide open and see what makes it tick, what makes it so powerful even after all these years.
You've given us a really interesting mix of scenes, from Guy Montag's very first moments of unease as a fireman who, well, starts fires rather than putting them out.
And then there's that unforgettable encounter with Clarice McClellan.
Exactly. She just kind of pops into the story and throws everything off balance.
So let's jump right into that unsettling opening. Bradbury flips the script on us right away. Firemen as destroyers, not the heroes we expect. Then Clarice enters the picture. What's your take on her, that first impression she makes?
It's that contrast, isn't it? In this world that feels so numb, so toned down, she's incredibly alive, incredibly aware. Everything's heightened for her.
Right. All those sensory details, the smell of pine needles, the feel of dew on the grass. It's like Bradbury's emphasizing all the richness that Montag and his society are missing.
Precisely. And then she hits him with that simple question, are you happy? It's like a tiny crack appearing in this seemingly perfect life Montag's built for himself.
It's such a casual question, but you can tell it really gets under his skin. We then move into his home life with Mildred, and the atmosphere there is so heavy, almost suffocating.
It's all about technology with Mildred, isn't it? Those seashells constantly pumping sounds into her ears, the parlor walls surrounding her with these artificial realities. It's like Bradbury is showing us a society that's traded real connection for manufactured experiences.
And it's more than just distraction, right? It's like these passive forms of entertainment are actually eroding people's ability to think critically, to empathize, because they're being shielded from authentic human interaction.
It's like they're living in a bubble, and anything that could pop that bubble, anything that could challenge their carefully constructed reality is just kept out.
And the sleeping pill overdose, that's a really chilling moment. The fact that Mildred denies it afterward just underlines that detachment, that almost zombie-like state she's in.
It's like she's lost touch with her own feelings, even her own life, because of this constant barrage of shallow stimulation. That scene really makes you think.
It does. It makes you wonder how easily we can get sucked into those artificial worlds and lose sight of what's real, what's genuinely important.
Exactly. Like, at what point do we stop feeling our own pain, our own emotions, because we're so busy numbing ourselves with all this artificial stuff?
As we move through the excerpts, we see a noticeable shift in Montag. Burning books, which used to be just another part of his job, starts to really get to him. What do you think are the main things that trigger this change?
Well, Clarissa's questions definitely play a part, right? She opens his eyes to a different way of seeing the world. But for me, that turning point is the woman who chooses to die with her books. That act of defiance, that's what forces Montag to confront the power those objects hold.
That's the moment he stops just questioning and starts acting, stealing that book. And that act of defiance is what leads him to Faber, a guardian of intellectual thought, someone who hasn't given up on books.
Faber represents that connection to a past where ideas were freely exchanged and valued, a past that Montag society has tried to erase. And his initial fear, his reluctance to help Montag, that speaks volumes about how pervasive the fear of censorship, the fear of oppression really is.
But the fact that he eventually finds the courage to help Montag, that's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, that deep down desire for truth.
Absolutely. It shows that even in the darkest of times, there were those who refused to let the flame of knowledge be extinguished.
Their collaboration is what truly opens Montag's eyes to the real reasons behind the book bans. It's not just about controlling information, it's about controlling thought itself. What are your thoughts on Faber's perspective on this?
Faber's analysis of why books are so dangerous to this regime is fascinating. He breaks it down into three key things: the quality of the information, the leisure to really absorb and reflect on it, and the right to act on that knowledge. It's like he's outlining the essential ingredients for a thinking, engaged society, which is exactly what the authorities are trying to prevent.
That's such a great point. And it makes you think about the kind of information we're consuming today, right? Are we feeding our minds with deep, meaningful content, or are we just snacking on empty calories, so to speak?
It's like comparing a gourmet meal to fast food. One nourishes you, challenges you, makes you think, while the other just fills you up momentarily without any real substance.
And then there's that constant threat looming over everything, the mechanical hound. What do you think this technological terror represents in Bradbury's dystopian world?
The mechanical hound embodies the unchecked power of the state and the potential for technology to be used for oppression when it's divorced from ethics. It can hunt down dissenters with cold, mechanical efficiency, which is a chilling reminder of what can happen when power goes unchecked.
It's like the ultimate symbol of a society that's lost its humanity, where people are just cogs in a machine, constantly being monitored and controlled.
It really makes you think about the potential consequences of technology, right? Like, how do we ensure that it serves humanity rather than becoming a tool for oppression?
The excerpts end with that devastating bombing of the city and Montag's desperate escape. It's an apocalyptic ending, but even in that destruction, there's a sense of possibility, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. While the bombing represents the catastrophic consequences of this societal decay, the fact that Montag escapes, that he carries with him the seeds of knowledge, that offers a glimmer of hope. It suggests that even when everything seems lost, the human spirit can endure, and that there's always the potential for renewal, for rebuilding.
So if someone wanted to understand the enduring appeal of Fahrenheit 451, what would you say are the key takeaways from these excerpts?
I think it's a powerful warning about the dangers of choosing superficial comfort and conformity over critical thinking and real human connection. It shows how easily we can become numb to the world around us when we're constantly bombarded with shallow entertainment.
Clarissa's simple acts of observation and curiosity are such a powerful reminder that we need to stay engaged with the world, that we need to question things, that we need to maintain a sense of wonder.
Exactly. The contrast between her vibrant awareness and Mildred's detached existence is really striking. It shows how technology, while it can be a powerful tool, can also disconnect us from our own humanity if we're not careful.
And Montag's transformation highlights the importance of seeking knowledge, of challenging the status quo, even when it's dangerous. His journey is a testament to the power of ideas to change individuals and ultimately to change the world.
And Faber's insights into what makes a society truly free access to quality information, the time and space for reflection, and the freedom to act on our knowledge, those are things we need to fight for, to protect, because they're so easily taken away.
The threat of the mechanical hound and the ultimate destruction of the city are stark reminders that freedom is fragile and that unchecked power can have devastating consequences. But in Montag's escape, we see that hope endures, that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can prevail.
It's a reminder that knowledge is power, and that even when everything seems lost, there's always the potential for renewal, for rebuilding a better future.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into Bradbury's chilling vision, we'll leave you with some questions to ponder. In our own world, a world that's increasingly dominated by technology and instant gratification, are there subtle parlor walls that might be hindering our own capacity for deep thought and critical engagement? How do we strike that balance between passive consumption and active learning, between virtual connection and authentic human interaction? And what are the books, the ideas, the stories, the knowledge that we need to safeguard and pass on to future generations?
Because in the end, that's what Fahrenheit 451 is all about, isn't it? It's about the power of ideas to shape our world and the importance of fighting for those ideas, even when it seems like all hope is lost.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. Until next time, Keep those minds busy and those books open.
And remember, even in a world on fire, there's always a chance for a spark of hope.
See you next time on Witter.
Thanks for listening to Witter, Who Has Time to Read, produced by One Media. Please support the author by purchasing the book or audiobook using the link in the description. It's a great way to help keep the art of writing alive. And stay in the loop. Subscribe to our newsletter for updates on weekly deep dives. And don't forget to share your thoughts or suggest our next deep dive at witterpodcast@gmail.com.